Hello and welcome everybody. We have the patch notes for October 2nd, 2025. This is going to be a big one. First off, we have Maewha Succession getting some skill changes. Prime Whirlwind Cut is getting an increased HP recovery per hit from 92 to 144. Chaos Crimson Gust, they've changed the cooldown from 15 to 9 seconds. They did remove the 450 HP when using a skill and added a 88 HP per hit recovery on it. Ultimate Maewha's Will, they changed the HP recovery from 450 to 600, and on the Razorblade Corolla, they changed the motion speed of the skill, so you have they've increased the motion speed of attacks 1, 2, and 3, and decreased the motion speed between attack 3 and the last attack, and the last attack motion speed remains the same as before. Then we have Dark Knight Succession on Flow with Airstrike. They removed the cooldown of the skill, which can be comboed from Airstrike. Then going into Hash is going to be a bit off. So Sandwarp and Prime Sandwarp, in the case of Prime, the cooldown has changed from 2 to 3 seconds. It has been changed so that when your character disappears in the direction of movement, your character's vanishing animation now briefly remains visible. So before it was pretty much from here, dashing over and then back. Now you can see the visual and then the going back. So it should make Hashes a bit more noticeable. Here we can see another example. You can see the visual flash a bit more visible than before. They've also changed the PvP damage ratio for the following skills. Prime Purge only does 20.99% of the damage in PvP now. Prime Ridge Reaver only 31.5%. And Prime Piercing Tornado only 40.3%. Other class changes are Draconia's Brimbolt Strike, improved so that the Flow Brimbolt Wave no longer activates with Refraction or Marthanon's Flourish key commands after the skill. That is a bit of a downgrade. Flow Brimbolt Wave now activates with LMB or RMB after the skill only, if A or D or Shift keys are not pressed. So you won't be able to charge up and then still use the Brimbolt Wave. That is kind of a loss. Draconia's Flow Concealed Claw has also been improved so that Storm Piercer, or has been changed, so that Storm Piercer no longer activates with Storm Maul key commands after the skill. Storm Piercer now activates with RMB after the skill only if the W key is not pressed. Then content-wise, we get told about the Maewha Attendant, but we'll get to that towards the end of this. In the case of items, they've added a mention of the recurring quest to the description of the Trace of Thunderbolt. They also changed a group enhancement to allow all 4 types of Edania defense gear to be enhanced together. Then we have some monster CC effects. So pretty much monsters in each zone have been unified into a single CC group. So the groups are Knockdown Bounce, Stun Stiffen Freeze, Knockback, and Floating. So here we have the changes. Dokkaebi Forest used to be Knockdown, Stun, Stiffen. Now it will only be Stun, Stiffen. Dekia 2 Olens used to be Knockdown, Bound, Stun. Now it will be only Knockdown and Bound. And finally, Dekia Lantern, Thornwood Forest. Knockdown, Bound, Stun, Knockback, Floating will be changed only to Knockback and Floating. They've also improved Monster Zone info outside of Edania, which will now also show the CC effect of the monsters in the zone. They changed Solaria and the Pit of Undying to also no longer chase her targets too far. They've improved the Ethereum Castle Monster Zone so after Maraka spawns, via the reward mechanic, a message now appears. If the defeat time limit expires, and he disappears. They also shortened the distance. Remnants of the Seer chase adventures during combat in Tenebraum, and they reduced by half the distance required to check if there are 2 or more remnants of the Seer near Karshan's altar in the monster zone. Quest and Knowledge, they've added a quest reward item containing a description of the Magnus comms device to the quest reward for the Magnus Morning's Breeze. The Magnus comms pass item is automatically used upon acquisition. Here we can see interact with the Abyssal Well to choose your destination on the map. Once you've picked a destination, jump into the well to be transported there. You cannot select your current territory as a destination. This item takes effect immediately upon acquisition. So it has been improved so that completing the weekly boss subjugation quest now also unlocks the next stage of purification quest. So after finishing stage 3 weekly for the Throne Orbiter, you can now accept stage 4 purification quest for Tenebraum. So the Edania Monster Zone stage progression is Etherion, Nymphomare, Orbita, Tenebraum, Sephiroth. I am kind of curious if this means that if you want to do Nymphomare, you always need to do Etherion. that is kind of an interesting choice. I mean, doing Ethereum is definitely worth it, considering the 300 mil for free. On top of that, the drops can be fairly good if you're high enough gear, but kind of an odd choice. Edania subquests have also been added. They've added a story of the apprentice knight Oara, who set out on a journey to Orbita to become the king of Edana, and they added a quest where you assist the humming knight on his travels. The big thing for training or auto running, they've improved the turning speed during auto run on the following mounts. So for horses, auto run turning speed has been increased by 3 times. Camel, miniature elephant, and donkey now at 2 times, and the alpaca at 1.5 times. Effectively, this will allow horses to get around corners much better. So here we can see an example of the usual thing where you would ride off the bridge. Now the horse turns much faster and gets the corner. UI changes, they've changed the inner page design of the Edania adventure log. They've also improved the key guide, S+R, for stepping off land mounts in towns, so it now appears when the skill guide is active. And they've improved the world map so that when knowledge icon filter is enabled, barter NPC icons now always display regardless of zoom level. This is a big one for the barterers. System-wise, they've improved the camera position set with the directional arrows and adjust camera view, formerly adjust perspective in the edit UI to be saved locally. This is a big change. So you can reset the adjusted view by pressing the plus button on the left side of the screen via the menu, escape edit UI, and adjust camera view. And you can also reset the view via the hotkey by setting the shortcut settings, hotkey input, miss hotkeys, and reset camera. However, I think a lot of us definitely want to set our camera and then forget it and keep it there. Web-wise, they've improved the email verification process to now move directly to the verification page without displaying a system message. They removed unnecessary system alerts from certain functions on the account information as well. Translation-wise, they changed and unified the following in English. Adjust perspective has been changed to adjust camera, and perspective/viewpoint has been changed to camera and view. Modified or change is very small. They fixed an issue where Gathering Cactus was unavailable near Sangrain Bazaar, changed the adventure logs for Morning of the Light and Edania to no longer appear in the top left adventure log notification UI. They also fixed an issue where My Silver display UI was truncated with an ellipses when extracting Kaftra stones. Fixed an issue where Ardonauts jump height, leap, or double jump was too low on shallow water terrain. Fixed issue where the Medaya territory toolkit did not appear at certain locations on the world map. Fixed an issue where the description for the return manner button did not match its actual function when hovered over it. And they changed the title of the knowledge list UI in the world map to Velia knowledge list instead of, with Velia knowledge list with Velia in brackets. Tamer, they also fixed an issue where certain parts looked awkward when wearing the Lilian armor. Going into the events, we have the Autumn Festival Challenge, which is a login reward from October 2nd to October 8th, which will include some item collection scrolls, secret books of Florin, energy gourds, and delicious Jayon, which is contribution XP. And then also, we're going to go straight into the next one. We have the Dongwa Festival Prep, Gizzard Shard. The Fish Gizzard Shard and exchange via Dongwa for the Cronstone package box. So this is from October 2nd to October 16th. You can fish up to 3 types of Gizzard Shad from all regions during the event. The types do not affect the current catch rates of existing fish. The Gizzard Shad is going to be 10 million silver, the Sunset Gizzard Shad 30 million, and the Dusk Gizzard Shad 100 million. The base Gizzard Shad can also be exchanged for Dongwa in Velia, so you can hand it over for the Autumn Festival box contents, which includes 500 Cronstones, Advice of Ox 100, Supreme Old Moon Scrolls, Books of Florin, item collection scrolls, and gold bars, and then also a Autumn Banquet table shown here for the manor. The festival prep also isn't over yet, so Dongwa needs more fish. This is going to run to October 15th. If you hand over the fish, you will get the Leap of Growth and Wise Housekeeper buffs as well from the same NPC. Then we go into the festival hot time, item drop rate. So we got the 100% item drop rate back, and also Scarecrow XP is boosted. So we have Combat XP 1000%, Skill XP 400, Life XP 100%, which includes mounts but excludes trading, and a 100% item drop rate buff. Even if you're AFK, the Black Spirits training, you get another extra 50% Combat XP from the Scarecrows and a 50% extra Skill XP. You can also complete the Festival Challenge to get Book of Training Combat 3 days, and use it together with the Combat XP scrolls for greater effects. And here we have the locations again for Black Spirit's training. You can also find it via the Find NPC to locate an NPC. Then we have a really big one, Beat the Bosses into Edania pieces, which is going to run from now till October 16th. You can face off against all Edanian bosses throughout the event, similar to the quest versions. So you have a weakened boss version of this. Definitely do this and claim your pieces of Edania. So you would encounter the bosses with reduced AP and DP. Effectively, they mention a Pen to Vala gear as a requirement. New to Edania or the Abyssal Well is also not connected. There is another option, so we'll get to that. So first off, talk to your Black Spirit and accept the event Full Moon over Edania quest. After accepting, navigate to each boss's castle. The boss fight begins as soon as you arrive. You have Ethereum Castle for Jordine, Nymphomara Castle for Rusalka, Encelar for Orbita Castle, Karshian for Tenebrum, and Zephyros for Caphras. And at the end, you will get 5 pieces of Edana, which is 5 enhancements on your Edana armor. Or if you happen to have a Tet Slumbering, this is the stone that you will, the piece you will need to upgrade it to the Edana armor. You pretty much make it with the tooltip on the item. It's some Caphras and Sharps, and then each of those is 1 attempt on your Edana armor if you do not know about it yet. Also, if you haven't visited Edania or activated the Abyssal Well, you will have something available. So in Velia, you can talk to Igor Bartali. He will have a quest, Ominous Energies in Edania. This will then teleport you to Edania, and after clearing the bosses, you can then accept the quest Peace Waxes over Edania, which will be with Bahran in the Hakinsa Sanctuary, and he will then teleport you back to Velia a single time. So do make sure that when you make use of this teleport to do this event quest and then return if you do not have otherwise access to Edania. Otherwise, there is an option for you. We're going to go quickly to Black Desert. If you really use the teleport and you cannot get there, there is a place called the Shikatu's Abandoned Pier, or the Hope Pier right near Shikatu, and you can pretty much swim across, climb the rocks, and you're also in Edania. This is a way to get here if you do not have the well unlocked, or any other option to get there. And you've already used up your teleport. Then we have Allan Serbin Leaves a Mark. This will run from October 2nd to October 29th. So first off, we have a weekly Mysterious Aura of Monsters. You defeat 2,000 monsters, and once you've completed the quest, you can then claim Choose Your Landscape Paint Box ×4, where you can then choose from all the paints. You can also complete this quest during the event up to a total of 4 times, so you can get up to 16 paint pieces. Also, there is a weekly quest 2, Mysterious Aura of Hangwei Bosses. So you talk to the Black Spirit and accept the weekly Mysterious Aura, and in the Black Spirit, select and complete 3 boss quests. These are hard mode event quests. Pretty much you need to do the hard mode version, and then you defeat any one of the 3 bosses. You will get the Chromatic Aura. Once you collect 3 of them, you can hand them over to the Black Spirit for up to 12 or 3 times landscape paint boxes, and with the weeks, you can get up to 12. Pretty much, if you have not figured out Allan Serbin, I have a guide on my channel. I'm going to be trying to link it up in the top. I hope you take a look at it if you need any more information about Allan Serbin's. Then we're going to go into the Pearl Shop update, finally. We have the Dreamy Starlight Fishing Box, another, well, triple rod. Effectively, you spend $10, you get $10 worth of pearls, and also the rod for 30 days. Nothing too great, but we do have some double 1+1 boxes. So we have one for 10,000 A-coin, which will give you double. Actually, is that $1? No, that is 10, right? Yeah, so we have the 1+1 with 10,000 pearls doubled up. Then we also have the 6,000 for 6,000 pearls doubled up, and finally a 20,000 A-coin. However, it is a 2+1, so there you only get a extra 10,000. This is purchasable 2 times per family. Quite hefty, but I mean, these are definitely good deals whenever they come around. Especially the 6+6 is definitely one of those things that is always pretty nice. Then we have the Autumn Specials, one time per family, Autumn Premium Pack, 70% off, 1,635 pearls for an outfit, some Resplendent Journey boxes, and Blessings of Old Moon, and just general loot scrolls rewards. Then we have an enhancement pack, similar, but this is unavailable in Belgium and Netherlands because of the RNG boxes. If you like the gamble, these are definitely optional. I personally wouldn't. Then you also have the Autumn's Blessing pack, which has the Blessing of Old Moon, which has all 3 buffs. This is quite worth it if you want to try to get some value pack out of it, even if it's just for the value pack. 70% off for 975 pearls. This is a pretty big discount. Definitely worth it if you need a value pack really badly and have some pearls left over. Autumn Artisan Memory Pack, typical memory pack. Then we have an Autumn Pet Pack. These have been coming around relatively frequently. Then we have some new packs. Premium pack of your choice. 6 outfits. 1 Ultimate Premium Enhancement box. Pretty much RNG box again. 20% coupon. Quite hefty, but if you feel like it. Same thing for Premium pack of your choice too. Choose your Halloween outfit pack, which is going to run till October 16th. 20% off, which has all the Halloween outfits in it. And also the Halloween Ghostly Cookie box. Similar for Outfit Pack 2, same thing, pretty much. And then we have additional products. The Ramhorn Witch outfit is now being released for Deadeye. A small little thing for Black Desert, there was a dev update yesterday. Pretty much the synopsis is we have October plans, which is going to be an enhancement UI upgrade. The My Attendant is supposed to still release. October 22nd, we're looking at an AOS season release, and the Masterclass tournament is supposed to start or being prepped also in October. Then we have November planned, the Blue Battlefield finally coming pretty much as it was ready. Now it will come later. And then towards winter, we have the Alchemy Stone rework. Let's see if it sticks to that time frame. I really hope they do. And with that, we are done. I wish you all the best of luck in your BDO endeavors, and hopefully I will see you around, and take care.